Obviously, Luque, a rising star, a kid on the up, and Woodley, who takes a lot of criticism. That kid came to fight tonight, and he went out on his shield tonight, man. He came in to fight.
That's what I wanted to ask, because a lot of people said if Woodley lost tonight, maybe that's the end. But he looked good in there, right? I mean, you still want to see Tyron fight again?
Listen, how old's Tyron now? 39? 39. That's 4 in a row. Yeah.
Vincente Luque has looked phenomenal, and if this is T. Wood on his way out, talk about a way though, right? You lose 4 in a row, but to Usman, Covington, Burns, and Vincente Luque, he's not fighting bums. But man, for Vincente, he's 29. He got into this thing at 21 off The Ultimate Fighter. He was a kid. He's already got 8 years experience inside the octagon, so he's only going to get better as we go forward. I believe that this kid is going to be very difficult for anyone going forward, and I cannot wait to see what Vincente Luque turns into.
I kind of anticipated it because it was a 3-round fight and Woodley is used to 5 rounds, so I thought he was going to be more aggressive in this one. But he was a little bit more aggressive than I even could anticipate. And, it was a great start. He tried to wrestle me. I was really ready for that, so I knew that I was going to have, some body strength and try to out-wrestle him. I was able to keep myself standing. I kind of underestimated a little bit when we broke. I broke from the clinch. I thought that, he was with the arms a little bit tired, and he hit me good right behind the ear. And I kind of lost my balance a little bit, but I say, hey, he's going to come try to knock me out right now. Let me take advantage of that. Hit him with a counter, and it worked out. I hit him with a couple of counters. He felt my punches, and once he got to the ground, I thought I was going to get the knockout, but he has a great chin. He was taking everything I was throwing at him, and I saw that Dars. I'm going to go for it, and it worked out.
I mean, he had a great run. He had a really great run. Vincente Luque afterwards called out Nathan Diaz. Not a bad call out. I think that's a call out, honestly, that would perk up Nathan's ears. I don't know if that's the direction that they'll ultimately go with Nathan. There could be some other things in the works, but hey, respect to Vincente for shooting his shot.
First off, hats off to Vincente Luque. He fought a beautiful fight, and he stayed calm under the fire because he had a lot thrown at him very quickly. You said we saw the old aggressive Tyron. What we saw Saturday was a Tyron that we've never seen before. Like, we've never seen Tyron that fired up, right? And I remember going into the fight wondering, man, he's lost 15 in a row. It can't get worse. I said
15 rounds.
15 rounds in a row. It can't get worse. But it actually got worse. Got finished in the first round. And if that was it, I hope that he can come to terms with the fact that he gave it his all, right? Like, he did not hold anything back. He cannot go home and go, man, if I would have just opened up a little bit more, if I would have just thrown more. He threw everything. He tried his damnedest to get Vincente Luque out of there. And I said it on the broadcast. I said, Tyron's aggressive, but the one thing you're not going to do is just steamroll Vincente Luque. It doesn't happen. He's too good.
I'd never expected it would be in the first round, but I did expect to finish this fight. It's just my style. I'm always looking for the finish. I'm always going to take advantage of the opportunities. And it presented itself in the beginning, so I took it, and I thought that a submission could show up because I knew he wanted to take it to the ground. At some point that would happen, and it paid off. It worked out as I had planned, a little bit before I anticipated, but it was great.
This man will be appreciated way more when he is gone. And you talk about a bit of a sad situation. Here he was, 3 in a row. We said he didn't put it into the next gear. He wasn't his old aggressive self. And there that guy was on Saturday. It was the old aggressive Tyron. And unfortunately, that was his undoing because he got too aggressive, too overzealous, and got finished, eventually submitted by Vincente Luque. And Luque deserves all credit. He's incredibly tough. He's just 29. He's going to be a player at 170 for a while. But I do believe that was the last time we see Tyron inside the octagon. Final fight on his deal. I don't think they'll bring him back. I just wonder if he fights again as well. And it just bums me out because I feel like when he was champion, people talked about the hip hop music, they talked about the interviews, things like that. And for whatever reason, he just couldn't get on the same page with the fans. This man was great.
And it's just, again, man, our great champions always end up on their back. It's a sad thing in fight sports. We don't go out like George St. Pierre. right? Maybe I didn't go out on my back, but I went out on a loss.
Right.
As do most of your greatest champions. So seeing Tyron lose like that sucked because he gave so much effort. But people need to respect what he did because he had that belt for about 3 years, right? And he defended the belt and he fought Wonderboy Thompson in 2 great fights. Finished Darren Till with a submission, knocked out Robbie Lawler. You know, you got to really appreciate what this man did for mixed martial arts, and he just didn't connect. He didn't connect with the general public because of who he was, but at least he can say he never changed. He stayed true to himself, even when the outside world probably was telling him to conform to what people wanted him to be. He never did that.
This is a very tough moment to know what to say. And I go back with Tyron. We used to train together. I, for a period of time, was a guy that Tyron would listen to. And whether I'm no longer that guy or viewed in that way, or he's just not listening to me, I don't know which one it is. I just know we're not there. I know every time I talk to Tyron and then I see Tyron, we're not doing it. I have very different interpretations of the way T. Wood has been fighting. In that, I think he looks awesome. I thought he looked incredible against Burns. I thought he fought his ass off against Usman the night we found out that Usman's just that damn good. He never gave up on himself. What about the Burns fight where he gets knocked down, gets full mounted 28 seconds in, goes another 24 and a half minutes? Colby Covington overwhelmed him and broke his rib. What do you want to do? T. Wood never gave up in any of those battles. He did get a reminder in both the Gilbert Burns, the Usman, and the Colby fight, which was, hey, this top position in this wrestling, it still works. The reason I bring that to is it's something that T. Wood got away from. And when we're just talking about the X's and O's, he fell in love with some of those blitzes. He fell in love with some of those sprints, and those sprints took him to a world championship. So a little bit unfair that we would look back and question why he stopped doing what won him a world championship. But I will tell you, before that championship, and he was trying to get in the organization, he was wrestling damn good.